welcome back to the Smith Euro channel. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over all the projects. There's always a lot, but there's everybody's favorite, the 3.6, and a bunch of VR stuff over there. So let's go over, we're going to go over all the Mark 1s first, all right? So the Mark 1s we have the Mark 1 Rabbit that me and my wife bought when we got married, and that's going to be a VR6 turbo car. So it's partially there, but it's got a long history, and we got to get it running in May. So we want to get it running for our wedding anniversary. So that's one of our big goals. Now with that, I have tons and tons and tons of parts up here. We're getting a Fuel Tech, so that's going to have a Fuel Tech 550, and we're also going to be doing coil and plug, all that kind of stuff. So that's a really, really high priority this year. We'll probably be bringing it in this bay soon. You can see I got these shelves up here that are pretty bare. The car is actually completely filled to the gills from moving here with all the parts, so that's where they're all going. But yeah, you guys will see that probably in a video, maybe next week or something like that. So then we have the other Mark 1. We have the Mark 1 caddy truck. So with that, the first thing we're going to be doing this year with that one is I'm going to show you guys how to put a Mark 3 suspension on that, and I'll have to just let you guys see that because it's not a really well-known thing. It's something that honestly only I know I've done, so I'll wait until that video comes out. But just know that the entire front suspension is coming out and getting reworked. And then you can see I have a O2J shifter box up there. So now you guys know that we had some issues when we bought that truck. Bought it from a goon, and yeah, it was just a headache. But anyway, I've gotten it running. You guys should have seen those videos. It's been running great. But if it's a diesel, what do you want to do? You want to roll coal, have some turbo noises, and have some power. So with that in mind, we have this over here. Now this is a 1.9 AUH or AHU, whatever it is. This is actually out of a Mark III. I got this from my buddy Wes. His car was really rusty, and he sold me the whole swap on a pretty good deal, so couldn't complain. Went up there and got it as soon as I could. What we're going to be doing with this is we're going to be keeping all the Mark III management and stuff, but what we're not going to be keeping is the turbo, because if you've ever seen these turbos, they are tiny. Now again, this was a perfectly running and driving car. I could just put it in as it is, but we're not about that on this channel. What we're going to be doing is putting a big turbo on this, and what I'm looking to do, and actually what my wife wants, because remember, it is my wife's truck, I want it smoking at idle, she wants it smoking at idle, and what I want out of it is I want as close to 300 foot-pounds of torque as we can get, which 300 foot-pounds of torque in a Mark 1, that's what everybody wants. It's gonna be fun. And he gave us the O2A transmission with it, so I have the O2A trans back there. But we're gonna be swapping out the shift tower and the shift selector, and we're gonna go to an O2J setup, and I have like a VR6 clutch for it. It all depends on the timing. Now I have the VR6 clutch disc should technically be fine, but the stock pressure plate shouldn't be. I have a stage 2 diesel clutch actually in the Rabbit. It was just a placeholder, but if we get to take that trans out, we'll swap it at. It's a whole lot of crap, but yeah. So I'm going to show you guys how to mount it in with almost all OEM parts. There's only one aftermarket part we're going to need, and I got it from a company that's just fantastic. There's a lot of Mark 1 swap companies that are absolute garbage. I went with a Tech 53. I've never seen any failures with their kind of kits, and all their stuff is pretty well engineered. It's not some hacked together stuff that someone stole from EuroWise, like all the other kits. So Tech 53 is a really good company, but everything else is going to be OEM stuff. Also, we're going to be deleting AC and power steering. It's going to stay manual steering. Even though everything's coming out of a Mark III, it's still going to be manual steering, so that might get your brain flowing on that. But yeah, and then we're also going to be doing some really big injector nozzles, probably 0.3 nozzles that way, because I think it'll smoke at idle if we do that, so we'll see how that goes. So that takes care of the Mark 1s. Now let's jump to the Mark III. The Mark III 180 is actually, it's crazy that people are still watching those videos. A fantastic car, but I have never really revisited it. I daily drive it every day. When we were moving, all those videos that I had planned for it just never happened. So what we're going to be doing with the Mark III 180 is there's a few things. I bought a stainless downpipe flange, because if you guys remember, I kind of just made a Mark IV downpipe work. So I want to make a full 3-inch exhaust for that car. They just sound really good with 3-inch exhausts. So we're going to be doing that. I'm also going to show you guys about the 5th gear swap. There's a lot of videos out there about it. I've done plenty of 5th gear swaps, but I want to take you guys along and show you pretty much any way you can do it at home with basic tools, power tools, whatever. We'll get that taken care of. So look forward to that video coming. And then I still have the ABT replica side skirts. I'm gonna show you guys how to mount those. We're gonna get back to doing the review video. Like I said, that car's been fantastic. I have zero complaints on it. It's just been great to drive. And then I'm also gonna be doing the video of how much it cost me to swap. Honestly, to do that complete swap, it cost me under $1,000, and I still have the full cost breakdowns of everything. I just never got to make the video. So I'm gonna have that video out for you guys too. The 180, just can't complain, man. There's nothing like just being in your Mark III, being able to two-step wherever you want, do burnouts wherever you want, and hit 25 pounds of boost whenever you want. Like, what could you complain about that? I'm still driving it every day. If you guys are local to Maryland, you've probably seen me drive it on 95 every day. Then we got the 2 Mark IIs. By now you guys might have seen it, but I have it out now just because I wanted to show you guys. I have completely made my own plug and play harness for the Golf on microsquirt, and I've gotten it running, gotten it all wrapped up. I have the video ready. I've been waiting to release it. I don't know when I'm going to release it, but it's all there and ready to go. And the whole point of the Golf this year is not only do I want to go faster at the track with it, because I can't stand that we only went a 14 in it last year. So with the microsquirt, I'm hoping that that'll get us into the 13s just by doing that, because we're not stripping the car, remember. But I honestly think that with how the microsquirt has driven, that I think I've already made like 20 or 30 horsepower over the chip tune just with that tune. I'll have a lot of videos on it, but it runs great. Yeah, I want to be doing back-to-back dyno pulls. I don't know where I'll be doing it, but we'll be doing back-to-back dyno pulls from chip tunes. I have like 3 different chip tunes, so I was thinking maybe swap them out, get all the, C2 does this one, Autotech does this one, Reflect does this one. Do that, and then just throw in the microsquirt, and just honestly, I think that with the microsquirt in there, we'll probably make 180 horsepower at least, because it's just that much better. And then after that, guys, it might be a little delay or whatever, but so I make turbo manifolds for those 12 valves, and you can see I have the flanges down there ready to go. And I think what we're going to be doing is putting a big turbo on that, and I'm going to go down to the E85 station, because there's one right down the street, and we're going to run it straight on E85, and I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to make 600 horsepower on a VR. I'll try to do it the cheapest way possible, starting out with the microsquirt. That's it. You guys can always do a cast manifold, even keep like your OEM kind of manifold and intake manifold, that kind of stuff. But just that should be coming out this year. We'll see if we can get that done. And then the very last and probably the biggest thing about the channel is going to be the 3.6 swap. So it's still over here, it's still hanging out, it's going in the Jetta coupe. Now I just want to let you guys know that I have tons of parts up there, over there, they're everywhere. Probably the first videos you'll be seeing on it is we'll be pushing the Mark II Jetta coupe in, and then what we're going to be doing is I have a Mark III gas tank that's going in. Here's the Mark III subframe that I'm going to be taking apart and doing some stuff to, and then we'll get that in the car. And then I also have all the stuff for the rear disc conversion, so we're going to be doing that too. You got to know that I don't have a ton of money, so this isn't like I'm not going to be throwing a dog box in this and stuff like that. Like I don't have that kind of money. So that's another reason why I'm just doing the Mark III gas tank. It's cheap. It's here. I have it. And that's what's going to be going in the car. Same thing with the rack and stuff like that. It's just what I have. That's what's going in the car, but all the suspension components will kind of be new. Now, I have to go standalone on it. I think I've already told you guys that. So we are going to be using a FuelTech 550. Obviously, I don't have it in here. It's in the Rabbit in the other garage. But what that means is we're going to be doing port injection. So the first thing we're going to be doing on this engine is we're going to tear everything off of it, and we're going to be tearing this intake manifold off. So in this box, I have probably the nicest part I've bought for any car. It's a completely billet port injection, say a beginning of an intake. It's completely billet it's from M Motorsports, somewhere in Germany, and it's an absolutely beautiful piece. But so what we're going to be doing off of that is we have to build our intake manifold off of that. We have some big injectors for it. I have a huge throttle body. I'm going to be doing everything drive-by-wire. I have a ton of stuff to build the head. I'm still saving up for the cams. They're really expensive, so I'm just saving up for them. They'll probably be the last thing I buy because there's a ton of work that has to be done with this head. So since this head is direct injection, it has the injectors actually go through like this and through the cylinder head like that down into the combustion chamber. So what that does is on 3 cylinders there's a huge like block off like this, and then the air has to go around it. So what we're going to be doing is, since the direct injector is going to be gone, we're going to be porting that manifold out, or we're going to be porting that cylinder head out to where it looks like a normal port injection head. So there's a lot of porting that's going to be done on this. Now I don't know if I'm going to be ruining the head, but I just know that I'm going to be trying it because to me it makes sense. So I'll be doing that, and then on the bottom of the head, usually the injectors come through the cylinder head, so there's a big opening there. What we're going to be doing is grinding that out, welding that shut, and kind of making the whole combustion chamber flow better, and hopefully that'll also add a tiny bit of compression. So there's a lot of work that's going to be going into this cylinder head. It's a lot, so just keep that in mind. This thing is not going to go fast. It's just going to take a long time. So we're going to be getting to all that. I already have the flywheel down there. I have transmissions just kind of laying around. So we got a lot of stuff ready for it, but it's just going to be a ton of work, guys. The biggest thing I want this ready for is going to be Waterfest. And if you guys don't know what Waterfest is, it's probably like the biggest Volkswagen racing show there is. Since they were closed the past 2 years, this year they're opening back up. And also, to me, they've moved it to probably the best month. It used to be in August, and you would go out there and it'd be 140 degrees on the asphalt, so it really sucked. But they moved it to the end of September, or the middle of September, so it should be a lot cooler there. So I'm really excited for that. But yeah, that's the plans for the whole channel this year, guys. So keep everything in mind. We have some really big projects. The 2 biggest projects are going to be the Mark I VR6 Turbo and the Mark II Jetta Coupe 3.6 swap. And in the middle of all that stuff, we'll do some 1AT stuff here. We'll do some Mark 1 caddy stuff here, and we'll do the golf microsquirt big turbo stuff over there. But there's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening on the channel, so hopefully you guys stick around. So if you guys can like, comment, subscribe, and really start sharing some stuff, that's the biggest thing, to kind of get momentum on everything. But yeah, if you guys don't want to share, you know, do whatever. But yeah, just thanks for watching, and catch you guys in the next one.